While I was on Twitter, I don't know what's going on with that algorithm on Twitter, but they've been suggesting a lot of different accounts that I don't even follow. Some of them I had to even click not interested in. But this one account and this one particular tweet, this one really caught my attention. And I looked into, this particular page and where this sister is from. She's actually from Kenya. So this is a sister from the motherland. So you're about to see in this tweet some of the same issues that's going on here in America with the modern woman is actually happening in Kenya. Now, Kenya would be probably more of your westernized countries in a lot of ways, especially in places like Nairobi, which I've been there. They used to be colonized at one point in time by the British. So they have a little bit more Western influence there, probably than say a Ghana would have. Etc. Even though they was colonized by the British too, but Kenya is a little bit different. But they have this sister named Pretty Amina, and it's put up this tweet. So she says, "We rejected men who were going to make us wives for guys who made us single mothers. Men are not trash, but our taste for men is trash. Dear men, we are sorry." For this sister to come to this realization in this day and time, and why you starting to see more and more of that realization come up. We're not talking about the rebelliousness that you see definitely with the modern woman here in America, but this Kenyan sister here, they have some of them could be rebellious too. And they're realizing that being a single mother with a do-nothing guy, a guy that got nothing going on, Pookie and Ray Ray, just getting you pregnant and then leaving you by yourself to raise a child, it is hard. If you look at statistics, statistics show that single mothers will be more impoverished than married women. Single mothers will deal with a lot of issues and problems, even mentally, more than married women due to the hardship of having a child by herself. Listen what she says. She said, "We rejected men, okay, who were going to make us wives." You rejected, and especially in the Black American community, they have a term called educated lame, or just a guy. Let's say this guy has a trade. He's, working. That's not good enough because you want Pookie and Ray Ray. You want someone that's active, like some little rapper somewhere. Like everybody calling himself a rapper these days. Get you pregnant and then don't even want to fool with you. Don't fool with that kid. Not a white man got to chase him to pay child support. And even if you do get child support out of some of them, it's not enough to take care of that child. And let me tell you something. Even if you are getting child support, a boy and a little girl need a father. And a lot of you are starting to realize that. See, another reason why a lot of you are starting to realize that is because things in life are starting to get tough worldwide, especially during this pandemic. It took away a lot of safety nets that you didn't have before. It made you look at like, wow, you know what? I need a decent man in my life. Being a single mother is not really the business, not what I want to be. I will actually want to be somebody's wife. So this sister saying, they sorry. Okay, that's fine. Men hear that. And listen, if you are a young sister, young woman that's trying to turn your life around, you didn't mess your body up. You didn't mess your complexion up. You didn't have about 5 to 6 kids from Pookie and Ray Ray. You may have one or so. I would say to you, find a man that has a child. That way you can have your own version of blending the family together. And that way the man won't look at you funny, or whatever, because he has a child as well. If you're trying to go for these men that don't have a child, 2 things you can't say if you try to do that, ladies. I'm just trying to give you some game. Don't tell him what you're not going to do. Like if he wants to have 3 children, he's willing to marry you, and you still seem decent. You came to the realization of your ways. Your child is not a bad kid, okay? A kid that's just rebellious, wilding out. You know what I'm saying? A kid is not like that, because I'm gonna talk to you realistically. Like a guy, like I'm not saying some of these guys on the internet. I'm talking about real life. A guy is willing to get with you, possibly if he don't have a kid, if you have one. If you have one well-mannered kid, you raised him right, you a humble woman, you understand your position, you took care of yourself. I mean, listen, guys see your looks. They are not, guys, listen, let me tell you something about guys and looks. Guys will let y'all women get away with a lot if you look good. And you know it. I know it. You know it. So if you a woman that still look decent, you take care of yourself, you work out, you do different things that you do, you have a child, you're not looking for a daddy for your child. You're not trying to put your child on him or whatever, right? You take care of your child, even if the dad isn't around. But you say, listen, I understand I pick one of them guys. I got to deal with the consequences of that. I can't sit up here and blame everybody else. I chose to lay down that man. I chose to not use any kind of protection or birth control, whatever. That's what I chose to do with this man. He didn't, violate me, so it is what it is. I just got to take care of my child. And if you're a humble woman and you understand that realization, but you want to be on, get married and be on somebody's wife, you can do that. You can. I've seen it happen many, many times. Okay. It's not the end of the world if you make that mistake. Now, it's harder for you when you start getting 2, 3, 4 kids and a bunch of different men. Men gonna look at you like, man, even a man that got kids himself may look at you, go, what if he was married, he had a child, and then you got all these different baby daddies? No. You may have to just, be by yourself and wait till them children grow up and go on by their business before you get back out there again. Because let's call it what it is. Some of y'all just need to go ahead and raise your kids and wait till they all turn 18 and go to college before you get back out there dating again. Because no man gonna come into that situation where you got 3, 4 kids from a bunch of different men. Nobody gonna come into that. Now, when them children get grown, you want to get back out there, man, not gonna pay no attention to that because your kids are grown at that point. Just being real. But you know what? Shout out to Pretty Amina for putting this out here with that realization. That's an adult woman right there that grew up. She understands the error of their ways, and they're trying to fix that. And you know what? I am not against redemption at all. I'm not. But the issue is that we see a lot of, you don't see them want to redeem themselves or trying to do whatever they can to be somebody's wife. They think that they can just be hood rats and practice whoredom and, put just, out here, get a little witchcraft, the witchcraft they put on their face, the witchcraft that they get from the plastic surgeon, and that's good enough. You don't have to change your ways. You don't have to change your character. You don't have to do anything. And they going to end up being by themselves too. There ain't not enough witchcraft out here for a man to put up with some of the ugly ways that's in these modern women. And I say your ways. I didn't say your face was ugly. But, leave me a comment. Let us think about, our Kenyan sister, what she had to say. And fellas, do you agree with, her coming to terms? And could you work with that kind of woman?